Customer Commerce Podcast, where technology's fast and biz is a blast.
In life and in business, time is precious. It's why customers stay or leave and why businesses succeed or fail. We're here to give a voice to everything that makes business, whether as a customer or as a CEO, easier and more rewarding. Welcome to the Customer Commerce Podcast. Let's dive in. Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Customer Commerce Podcast. I'm Jess, your host, and today we've got a special treat for you. We're bringing you a mini episode, what we like to call an espresso episode, named by none other than our own brand man, David Brier. These short and powerful segments are packed with insights to give you a quick jolt of valuable information. There's quite a lot happening at Store Connect HQ as we prepare for Dreamforce in September, and juggling 3 different time zones has made podcasting quite the adventure. While the three amigos will be back together soon, we wanted to share this espresso episode with you. In this episode, we dive into an eye-opening statistic, and this one really highlights the importance of truly understanding and connecting with your customers. Tune into this super quick espresso, or what I like to call a poddy nugget. That's poddy, Poddy, short for podcast, and learn how to create a joyful, seamless experience that not only satisfies but delights your customers. Enjoy, and don't forget to share your thoughts.
I call this an espresso podcast because espressos tend to be very, very short and concentrated, but providing a real jolt of oomph. So here's an interesting thing. So there's a global consultancy, Bain & Company. They actually interviewed 362 of their businesses and their customers, right? And what they found was this insane thing, that 80% of CEOs believe they deliver superior customer experience to their customers. Here's the shocker. Only 8% of customers agreed.
Oof.
That's a 72% gap. And what excites me about this is, one, when you know this, you go, holy mackerel, that's something that we could actually do about that. But in addition to that, it's why I get excited about the mission that Store Connect is on. Because Michael, he has entrepreneurial DNA running through his veins, right? And he knows the importance of, one, how do you make that customer feel? How do you make their lives easier? Not just, can they check out? It's not, can they check out? Can they check out happily, swiftly, easily, joyfully, and as things are changing, like, oh my God, they reached a threshold of purchase, maybe cumulative, or maybe in that transaction that qualifies them for certain benefits or bonuses or rewards or loyalty programs. So in other words, how do we make that a joyful interaction, which then bonds them to us as far as businesses? But then, so it's on that side, but he's also, as an entrepreneur, Michael is fanatical about the efficiency of an organization. He respects the time of the buyer. He respects the time of the entrepreneur and the business owner. And if everyone is winning, here's the shocking breaking news. If everyone is winning on that, what I just outlined, then everyone is winning. That's the way it should be. So the thing is that in business, it's not, oh, we are, as the sellers are winning, we got you to close a deal or sign something or buy something. It's not, we won and, yeah, we got you. No, it's not a conquering. It's not, okay, we conquered, we defeated their sales objection. No, it's actually how we help them, how we empower them, how we move them along in their journey to a more ideal life, a more ideal business, a more ideal set of circumstances where they've eliminated things they didn't want, and they've elevated and added things that they did want that made things simpler, faster, and more enjoyable. But when I saw that statistic, that there's a 72% statistic gap between what the CEOs, oh yeah, sure, we deliver great. if you happen to be a CEO and you're like, hey, I know that we're good. When was the last time you really, really, really checked? And the reason that I know this is important, Michael has recently been calling up and actually speaking with customers directly. Store connects clients directly, right? Those that we serve. And one of the shocking things is they're all like, no CEO has ever called us and asked us to speak to us. So that disconnect is eroding the relationship. And so that's one element, but then also at every touch point, if there's a disconnect, if we're showing basic disrespect and how, hey, they got there, how do we do everything possible to make their arrival pleasurable, their arrival enjoyable, their arrival almost intuitive, them experiencing things that are in such a way where they go, God, it's like they're inside my head. That's amazing, right? How valuable would that be for those that are listening and watching this, how valuable would that be to your business where you interacted and business just seemed to kind of know what you were going to do or need or think of next? Wow, that would be priceless.
So
that's why.
Is it because business owners themselves, are they relying on their team of like, cool, how are we going? Yeah, boss, we're going to, okay, cool. Or is it lack of time? Is it just this, like, not even a confront of what the customers, or not even acknowledging their existence? Why do you think?
I think that there's a tendency. There's a tendency to less increase efficiencies. So, like, for example, we've all experienced this. We've all gone through a menu tree when you go on a phone and you're like, hi, thanks for calling. Dial 1 if blah, 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 blah. Dial 2 if blah, 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 3 if blah, 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 4 if blah, blah, 5 blah, 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 blah. And then they pause and they go, or 6 if none of the above, right? So then you go through a layer. So that's known as a menu tree. So you go, boom. So normally there's 1, 2, 3, about 5 of them. Some of them are really bad, 8, 9, 10 of them. By the time you get an actual person, you're like, you are not a nice person by the time you get to them. And so the idea of introducing efficiencies, the other element that people don't look at is, what is that doing to your stickiness? What is that in terms of relationship? What is that doing to how much we're actually connecting? So I think the inclination to, we can have a bot do this, we can have AI do that, we can have this do that, and that do that, almost as a knee-jerk reaction, and don't ask the other part of the question. And the other part of the question is that going to erode away? Now, maybe a lot, or maybe just a little, and that's the most destructive one as far as I'm concerned. It's like, that's not a lot, it's just a little. Well, after you've added 15 efficiencies, that little, all of a sudden you've knocked out 90% of the human interaction. And as a result, what ends up occurring is then you go, how come no one's like really receptive to what we're offering anymore? Because now you just basically become a soulless store, a soulless checkout counter.
Superior customer experience. A potty nugget.
Now, when you're saying that, just for those that may not know your accent, what's the word? Are you saying party, P-A-R-T-Y?
I'm saying poddy, like slang for podcast, P-O-D.
Oh, because when you say potty, I'm going, potty, I'm going, my head goes into the toilet. I'm going, what the heck is she saying? What is Jesse saying? So, all right, I'm very glad that you cleared that. So, potty shirt for podcast. Podcast nuggets. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you had an awesome time, leaving you with ideas on how to improve your business and wow customers. If you'd like to leave a real customer's story, head to the link in our show notes and cuss away. Love the show? Please subscribe and leave a review, because that enables us to help more businesses in building real relationships with customers and grow more rapidly. See you next time.